Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Peter Dubois.
And I'm Beth Jones. First tonight, the trial of a Gardner man accused of a 2020 murder began today.
David Ledford was in court and has the story.
The trial of Dylan Ketchum began Wednesday at the Kennebec County Superior Court in Augusta. Ketchum is charged with the January 2020 murder of a 22-year-old Jordan Johnson, as well as the attempted murder and elevated aggravated assault of Caleb Trudeau. During opening statements, the prosecution team argued that Ketchum acted with intention and planned to meet his former friends at a location of his choosing, and that his alleged victims had no knowledge of his plan to attack them.
As Caleb fled from the machete-wielding defendant, as he slipped on the snow-covered ground and fell to the pavement, he did not know that the defendant, his childhood friend, a young man he thought of as a brother, would soon be on top of him with that machete.
Graphic, photographic evidence of the events were presented to the jury, including images of the injuries sustained by the victims. The defense team argued that both Johnson and Trudeau were the ones who organized the meeting.
Mr. Johnson and Mr. Trudeau lured Mr. Ketchum into a trap, that they attacked him with the intention of harming him and robbing him, and that Mr. Ketchum's actions were done in justifiable self-defense.
Several witnesses were called to the stand, including Sergeant Norman Gove of the Gardner Police Department, who was one of the first responders to the scene of the incident. Gove says that Trudeau identified Mr. Ketchum as his attacker when he spoke with him. Gove and other officers reportedly found Ketchum in a barn near the scene, and Gove was able to identify him in court.
I had said Dylan Ketchum. I then began driving around the area to help contain Mr. Ketchum.
This trial follows Ketchum's mistrial that occurred last year. In Augusta, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, 2 people are recovering from wounds and 1 person is facing charges after a stabbing in Winslow this morning. Around 10 o'clock this morning, Winslow police say they got a call about a man bleeding heavily walking on LaSalle Street. According to Winslow Police Chief Leonard McDade, the man was tracked to an apartment on Monument Street. And Chief McDade says the victim had been stabbed 6 times and then was transported to the hospital. Around noon, the suspect was located on Clinton Avenue, fled, but was caught a block away. Police say he had knife wounds as well. The suspect was also transported to the hospital and is being charged with elevated aggravated assault as well as violation of conditions of release. Neither the name of the victim nor the suspect are being released at this time.
The Waldo County grand jury has indicted a Brooks man accused of creating a police standoff. According to police, Belfast officers stopped 48-year-old Stephen Larrabee for a license plate violation on January 9th. During the stop, they began to suspect he was impaired by drugs or alcohol and asked him to step out of the vehicle. Police say that's when Larrabee reached for what they thought was a handgun. Larrabee sped off and began a low-speed chase through Waldo County. Officers were able to stop the vehicle in Plymouth Village on the Moosehead Trail. Larrabee barricaded himself in the vehicle and allegedly told police officers he had a gun. After several hours of negotiations, officers were able to safely get him out of the vehicle. Larrabee was indicted on numerous charges, including passing a roadblock, driving to endanger, and possession of a firearm by a prohibited person. At the time of the incident, Larrabee's son attributed his father's behavior to PTSD from his military service and head trauma.
Well, the Caribou Police Department is seeking information regarding 2 dogs that were found on the Doyle Road. The police department posted photos of the 2 large, older black dogs who appear to be emaciated. You can see the pictures and their body conditions right in front of you. And they also appear to be injured. They are currently being cared for at the animal shelter in Presque Isle, but police want to hear from anyone with information on these dogs. Now, anyone with information about who the former owner may be is asked to contact Caribou Police at 493-3301.
Maine's lobster industry, meanwhile, is considering a new, more flexible management system that incorporates the industry's prosperity and the need to protect North Atlantic right whales. Our Matthew Jurancic spoke with stakeholders and has more.
Following the historic 6-year pause on any new federal regulations, the lobster industry is potentially shifting to a new type of management to help lobster men and women keep doing what they do best. This management style is known as dynamic management.
It's a management tool that would allow us to monitor the presence of whales within the Gulf of Maine, and we would monitor their presence by using acoustical listening devices as well as flyovers with planes.
Dynamic management has been considered before, and a version of this is being used in parts of the United States and Canada. With the 6-year pause successfully passing an omnibus spending bill, many fishermen are excited about the opportunity to try out dynamic management and gauge its benefits.
You know, the fishermen are on board with that. I don't think any fisherman is against the fact that we want to be able to do some sort of regulatory action that actually, you know, protects a right whale, protects them where they are.
By having dynamic management, you're able to fish the area without being forced out of it unless there's a whale in the area.
Based on what Commissioner Kelleher has seen, he believes dynamic management would help propel the lobster industry forward in its fight against restrictions they say endangering the fishery's future.
There's a lot of conversation that needs to happen. We're at the very early stages of discussing dynamic management, but it's something that we feel is a very viable tool, and I think we'll be able to show that as we collect more data.
In Bass Harbor, Matthew Jurancic reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
All right, and as we look outside, a relatively fair day today. Honestly, it felt kind of warm for this time of the year.
It was really warm. I think my dog was excited that I didn't force her into a sweater for the umpteenth time this week. Yep. She got to go out as is and be comfortable, and it was actually pretty balmy outside, I must say. And with a little bit more on what we can expect in the coming hours, let's hit pause here and take a first look at our forecast.
Hey, Beth and Peter, happy Wednesday. Your first weather is brought to you by Scott's Recreation with offices in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono. Okay, here we go. Temperature-wise, look what we did today. The average high, about 27, 28. We did 43 today. 41 in Bar Harbor, 39 Millinocket, not normal. Tomorrow, up near 35 for a high, and then we're back below freezing. That's important because late tomorrow night and Friday, we have a pretty good snow system on the way. Speaking of snow system, here's one now. This, though, will pretty much stay there, although there could be a couple flurries across our region tonight. Then our attention turns over here. That's our next system across the plains. It's a powerful one. It's going to bring us snow late Thursday night into Friday. Already, advisories are going up quickly. This is a winter storm watch to the west of us now, likely being expanded across our region tomorrow sometime. Our forecast then for tonight, though, is mostly clear skies with low temperatures hanging out in the 20s. Your full forecast is coming up. Back to Peter.
All right, so hope on the horizon for all those winter sports enthusiasts.
Yes, there is.
All righty, well, coming up on ABC 7 News at 6, Brewer schools are adopting a new policy to help students feel accepted and celebrate their differences.
And Bangor could see upgrades to its public transportation system. We'll have details coming up.
Making the time to be together.
Supporting local business. Starting a college savings plan.
Expanding our brewery.
Buying our first home.
Giving back any way we can.
With big offerings and local bank support, we can help in more ways that really matter.
Create the perfect spaces in your home for 2023 at the Furniture Gallery. Entertain in style this year with a new dining set. Have room for everyone on movie nights with a big sectional with extra seating. Feel more rested with a new mattress from Serta, Restonic, or Nectar from the Furniture Gallery. Kick back and save an extra 10% on our entire recliner selection and save up to 70% off clearance items. Support our main family-owned business and save money. The Furniture Gallery in Augusta, Bangor, Gorham, Newport, and North Windham.
Maine's #1 Kia dealer, Van Sickle Kia, has you covered. Front-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, hybrid, or fully electric. Brand new 2023 Kia Sportage, Sorento, Soul, Forte, and more. Check out the all-new 2023 Kia Niro Hybrid with 54 mpg highway, or the affordable Sporty Forte with 41 mpg highway. Plus, get Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, the best in the business.
The best cars, the best prices, and the best warranty. I'm Peter Van Sickle. I guarantee it.
With AAA Insurance, by bundling our home and auto policies, we saved over $450.
And we were shocked at the savings.
When we switched to AAA auto insurance and bundled our policies, we were able to save over $400 every year.
Switch to AAA insurance today, and you could save an average of $483 on auto insurance. Compare that to State Farm, Geico, even Allstate. Call now for your free AAA full picture quote to find out how much you could save.
Well, my passion is hang gliding. I've been doing it for over 30 years, and it's like flying. I mean, it's like everything you always dreamed about. AAA insurance helps us save more.
And do more.
The savings from AAA insurance has allowed me to pursue my passion of making jewelry. It's great to have a little bit of extra cash to do something that you love.
To find out how much you could save by switching to AAA insurance, call 866-460-1310 for your free AAA full picture quote today. You'll be glad you did.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back. The U.S. is nearing its debt ceiling deadline tomorrow, and economists are warning the U.S. could go into default with its creditors, halting some federal benefits like Social Security payments and Medicare coverage for millions of Americans. ABC's M. Wen has more from Washington.
We're just one day away from when the Treasury Department says the U.S. will hit its credit limit, beginning the process for the nation to potentially default on its bills. But neither President Biden nor House Republicans appear to be budging. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen warning her agency will have to resort to, quote, extraordinary measures to prevent the U.S. defaulting on the nation's more than $31 trillion in debt, meaning the government may not be able to make payments to millions of Americans for benefits like Social Security, Medicare, and military salaries. Economists saying it could also lead to delayed tax refunds and millions of jobs lost as fears of a recession are already looming. The issue triggering a game of political chicken between the White House and Republicans in Congress. Newly elected Speaker Kevin McCarthy demanding spending cuts in return for raising the debt limit.
The path that the Democrats are going, they're going to go bankrupt.
Raising the limit does not mean more spending, but rather just allows the government to pay back its existing debts. Yellen saying not doing so would cause irreparable harm to the U.S. economy. The White House pointing to how the debt ceiling was raised under former President Trump when Republicans controlled Congress, but also 3 times when Democrats took over the majority.
It is essential for Congress to recognize that dealing with the debt ceiling is their constitutional responsibility.
The Treasury Department buying Congress some time to reach a deal, with those extraordinary measures set to keep the government from hitting the debt limit until at least June.
We shouldn't be playing chicken with the American economy. This is not a game. This is people's lives.
When Congress faced a showdown over the debt limit in 2011, the U.S. credit rating was downgraded for the first time ever, and the stock market tumbled. The threat of a default could make investors on Wall Street nervous again. M. Wynn, ABC News, Washington.
Well, thanks to recently passed legislation, the Maine Department of Transportation has started the process to connect the Bangor area to Portland and Auburn via rail. Devin Dagnalt has more.
The Maine Department of Transportation has confirmed that it will be hosting a meeting on Thursday the 19th to discuss the potential of improving Bangor's intercity bus service and adding a passenger rail that would connect Bangor and Augusta to Portland. The meeting is following a months-long survey and study that the DOT conducted about the potential projects.
But I believe that the purpose of the meeting is just to kind of high-level look at what the travel modes are currently within the corridor, conceptually who could be potentially using an enhanced service, what the demand would potentially be, and then some really high-level costs.
Sarah Devlin, the executive director of Bangor Area Comprehensive Transportation System, or BACS, was part of the advisory committee for the DOT survey, and she says that these additions would be good for the greater Bangor area. But she does have a concern about the cost. Maine State Senator Joe Baldacci has been a long-time advocate for the addition of a Bangor public railway, but he's not getting his hopes up about the meeting.
You know, the DOT is not interested in doing any kind of legwork on this, and I hate to be this kind of, I try to reserve my comments, and I try not to be negative as often as I can, but in this case, they have really done everything they can to just make this as difficult as possible.
Baldacci says that the survey done by the DOT was little more than a Gallup poll and didn't examine how much of a positive impact the railway could be. We spoke with a few people in the Bangor area about the potential of a public railway, and the overwhelming consensus was that they wanted it.
Unequivocally, yes. Do you know what it would be like to get to New York on Amtrak after driving to Bangor instead of doing this wonderfully circuitous route?
If you would like to attend the DOT's public Zoom meeting, the link can be found on our website. In Bangor, Devin Dagnall for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, Brewer schools are in the process of adopting a new policy aimed at making students feel accepted and celebrating their differences. Brewer School Superintendent Greg Palmer says the policy was offered by the Maine School Management Association to all school districts. The policy would allow students to have equal access to resources and opportunities, setting students up for success. Palmer says a policy like this one allows anyone to walk in and feel welcomed for exactly who they are.
That everybody matters. And, the great thing about public school is that we don't curate who walks through the door. Public school door is wide and it welcomes everybody. And anyone who wants to attend public school can walk through that door.
Well, the Brewer School Committee approved the policy in its first reading on Monday and will need to get a second reading approval before they can put the policy into action. Palmer expects a final approval when the committee meets next month.
Nothing more important than making people, especially young people, feel welcomed, especially in those kind of environments as well.
Yeah, it's such a chaotic transitional time in the life of a human being, middle school and high school, so it's important to kind of remove whatever stress and anxiety you can.
Absolutely. Well, still to come on ABC 7 News at 6, a local group of 7th graders received some recognition that could be considered out of this world.
And in sports, Maine hockey is coming off of yet another win over a ranked team, and right now they're just looking for some consistency. We'll have that story right after the break.
Do you have leaky pipes? Are you planning a plumbing job? Is your heating system working right? Are you designing a plumbing project? Then contact Harley's Plumbing and Heating Plus.
If your toilet will not flush, Harley will be there in a rush. Furnace bit the dust today. Harley crew is on the way. Harley Plumbing, Harley Heating. 990-2200.
Call now.
Harley!
Call or visit online.
I'm 82 years old and I have collapsed arches, which means the first thing that hits the ground is the bone in my arch. I came to Comfort Shoes 4 years ago because I couldn't walk without pain. And she spent so much time on my feet getting the right shoe, and we finally found the right pair. Once you made these orthotics for me, I have no pain. These are so comfortable. I have no discomfort. I feel like I could go running, and I thank you and Comfort Shoes for that.
It's time to start planning that new home or garage you've been thinking about. Hammond Lumber Company is here to help, offering complete building packages with everything you need. With several options on their website and thousands of unique plans in their in-house drawing catalog. Hammond will help you make your dreams a reality. Choose your materials from Hammond's extensive showroom displays, and Hammond will deliver your order from any of the locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Start planning your new home or garage at Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
I tried everything to remove fabric odors, but my clothes still smelled. Until I finally found New Downy Rinse and Refresh.
Just add to your fabric softener tray. It doesn't just cover odors, it helps remove them up to 3 times better than detergent alone. Try New Downy Rinse and Refresh.
We can go into a room and have absolutely nothing in there, nothing on the windows, no color, no character, no tone to a room.
That's, I think, where we're strongest, is being able to help someone envision what's going to go in that window.
And we leave, it's totally transformed into something that the customer wants it to be. We've often been told we make a room look better just by leaving it.
Right now at Label Shopper, all the designers you love are at even lower prices. Save 50% off. Stop in today and save an extra 50% off at the Label Shopper Winter Madness Sale. Label Shopper, great clothes, great prices.
Tonight's Sports is brought to you by Herman Motor Company. Whether you're looking for a new vehicle or to have your current vehicle serviced or detailed, Herman Motor Company has it all.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thanks for staying with us. Happy Hump Day. We are halfway there. Let's start on the ice. It was another big week for Maine men's hockey, splitting the series again with another top 20 team in the nation and heading into yet another matchup against some of college hockey's best. They're just searching for some consistency. Ryan Sudol has more.
The guys came out hard on Saturday, and I thought they earned a victory.
Maine men's hockey faced number 16 ranked UMass Lowell in last weekend's series. After dropping a close Game 1, the Black Bears exploded for a 5-3 Game 2 win.
Yeah, I mean, that was huge for us. That's a step we needed to take. I mean, I think on Friday night we kind of were taken a little bit by surprise.
Friday was tough. We got outplayed, yeah, but we still had our chances. We just didn't capitalize.
After scoring just one goal in Friday's loss, the Black Bears more than capitalized Saturday as they scored 3 right out of the gate.
It was good to see us score 3 goals, no question, in the first period, but it's because our details and habits are better.
But the Riverhawks would mount a comeback and make it a 1-goal game on 2 occasions. The Black Bears, though, did not lose an ounce of confidence.
I don't think there was one moment where we were like, oh man, they're gonna come back on us. I mean, we were in control of that whole game, even though, I mean, they didn't make it easy for us.
Playing our best hockey, I don't think there's anything that's gonna really distract us, and I think the worst thing that can happen is, let those 2 goals get to us.
Despite the optimism coming from that win, the Black Bears have merely split every home doubleheader against ranked teams.
That's the thing for us right now. I mean, we can beat anyone on any given night. It's just about executing and doing it for 2 nights in a row rather than kind of being content with a split.
But the Black Bears will need their absolute best hockey to achieve that in their next series at number 5 ranked Boston this weekend.
At the end of the day, they do got the skill and talent, so it's going to come down to effort and how detailed we are.
6 or 7 if not more, game-breaking players on their team. But if we play the same way we played on Saturday night, we'll give ourselves a chance.
In Orono, I'm Ryan Sudol, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
Thanks for that, Ryan. Looking forward to that matchup this weekend. Let's hit the pitch now. Back in November, we announced that pro soccer would be coming to Maine. The Maine footy of the United Women's Soccer League will begin play this spring. We just didn't know where until Wednesday. The footy will be playing all of their home games at Deering High's Memorial Field. The U23 team will play a 10-game season beginning in mid-May, with all proceeds going back into the community. The Maine representative will be competing in the highly competitive Northeast Division. Tickets have been selling fast, too, as footy fever comes to Portland.
In general, just the parents and the emails we've received from folks saying it's great you're going to give us a Pro-Am team, but also those enrichment programs and leadership, kind of that rising tide lifts all boats. I think they're very excited about the broader Maine footy story, as much as having a great team this summer.
Giving young athletes the opportunity to watch future stars. It's really inspirational and it's really exciting.
Definitely exciting time down there. That is all the time we have for sports, though. Here is Jeff Weller with your full 5-day forecast. Jeff?
All right, Tyler, thank you. Your full weather is brought to you by Diversified Ink Tattoo Studio in Penobscot Plaza in Bangor, providing custom ink by licensed artists for over 20 years. And okay, let's start here. Advisories are going up again. A quiet day for us tomorrow, but tomorrow night our next winter storm enters the picture. It's going to be mostly snow this time, with temperatures getting colder out there beginning tomorrow with a high near 35. And then pretty much for Friday and Saturday, we're stuck below freezing across our neck of the woods. Out there right now, though, lots of cloud cover, a couple of flurries around, not a big deal. The actual energy is over here to the north of us. That will stay there for now. Our next system, though, is over here to the west. It's a doozy, bringing all sorts of severe weather to the south, heavy snow across the plains. That is moving in our direction. So we have quite a system to get through, not tonight, but late tomorrow night, and then throughout the day Friday with snowfall on the way. And by the way, we're not done. There's more behind this system. Here's System 2. Behind that, System 3, a very active storm track right now that will keep these systems across our area and likely keep adding to our snowpack or some rainfall getting into next week. Okay, let's walk you through it. Tonight, no issues at all. In fact, the skies could go clear for a few hours tonight. That will give us that radiational cooling. That could give us some temperatures, low temperatures in the 20s. By the way, the average high being 25, 26 or so, that could be our low temperature tonight. So we're well above average in terms of temperature. And then tomorrow's going to be a pretty nice day. And then increasing clouds tomorrow night ahead of our our next weather system. The high clouds out there tomorrow night. Here's about 5:30 or so. And then late tomorrow night, but more so getting in here on Friday morning, we're talking about snow developing, and that snow will be persistent into Friday, and it could begin to add up once again with a system in the area into Friday evening. All right, so snowfall-wise, what does it look like? Well, on this map, it's going to go through Friday afternoon or so, and we're talking probably a 1 to 3 inch snowfall for most locations. There's going to be more snow after that, though. So overall, this is going to get messy on Friday once again with a pretty good snowfall, probably a 2 to 5 inch snowfall across the entire region on Friday. Right now, though, our winds out of the northwest at around 13 miles per hour, Millinocket, 7 here in Bangor. Overall, not really a windy day today. That will, though, begin to increase tomorrow ahead of our next weather system. And actually, with the snow on Friday, we could see wind gusts out of the northeast around 25 miles per hour. Visibility is all good at 10 miles or greater in Millinocket, here in Bangor, and Rockland, and Bar Harbor. That will stay that way tonight. No fog tonight. And then tomorrow, we have that increase in clouds tomorrow night with that snow late tomorrow night. And temperatures are critical. 43 today here in Bangor, 39 Millinocket, well above average. We're going to work on that, though. Tomorrow, high is mid-30s, and then staying below freezing for Friday and Saturday. Our forecast, though, for tonight, though, is decreasing clouds, low temperatures down mid-20s, with that northwest breeze around 5 to 10. For tomorrow, pretty nice day, right? Partly cloudy skies and breezy, cooler. High temperatures near 34, with that northwest breeze around 5 to 10. And then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows increasing clouds tomorrow night. Snow is likely on Friday, a 2 to 5 inch snowfall likely across the area. A break in the action Saturday and Sunday, and then more snow or rain gets in here on Monday with warmer temperatures. Beth and Peter.
Loving the look of that weekend.
Yeah, a couple systems coming our way, but the weekend, like you said, looking great.
Well, it sets the weekend up great for the snow lovers. You know, you get the snow on Friday. Everybody can hit the slopes on a nice, sunny, mild day over the weekend.
Yeah, it's just perfect.
Good stuff.
All right.
I like it.
Well, more to come after the break. Stay with us.
At Living Innovations, we build community. You can be a part of it. We put supporting people first, and that builds a caring community within our workforce and for the people we serve. Living Innovations supports people with disabilities and has flexible work opportunities available. You could become a shared living provider and work from home, or help support people to be active in the community. To learn more, visit livinginnovations.com and check out our employment and home provider opportunities. Become a part of Living Innovations and be part of a community with a purpose.
Y'all feeling lucky? Luke Combs here with the new Living Lucky with Luke Combs Scratch Off. It's your exclusive opportunity to win the Living Lucky with Luke Combs prize package. You'll join me in Nashville for a private concert at the Ryman Auditorium in 2024, where one lucky winner will have the chance to walk away with $500,000. When it rains, it pours for lottery players who enter to win the chance of a lifetime.
Play Maine Lottery's Living Lucky with Luke Combs Scratch Ticket and enter for a chance to win.
Are you fed up with high prices at the pump? Do monthly utility bills drain your wallet?
If you're nodding your head yes, Renewal by Andersen is your best solution. They custom build and install weather-tight replacement windows and back them with a generous, fully transferable limited warranty.
Call now to schedule your free design consultation. Plus, take advantage of this limited time offer with incredible savings and attractive financing. Don't miss out. Call Renewal by Andersen today.
Hi folks, this is Barry Gass of Gass Horse Supply and Western Wear in Orono. We've been in business since 1911, and our third-generation family-owned business can't wait to show you our unique line of Western wear and Western tack. We have Western boots, shirts, hats, belts, and buckles for the entire family, and Western tack from bridles to saddles and everything in between for your horse.
Gass Horse Supply and Western Wear, where the American West comes alive in Maine.
Ever leave your clothes in the dryer and find a wrinkled mess? Try Downy Wrinkle Guard Fabric Softener. Wrinkle Guard penetrates deep into fibers, leaving clothes so soft, wrinkles don't want to stick around. Make mornings smoother with Downy Wrinkle Guard Fabric Softener.
Tonight, the Biden classified document probe as the special counsel investigates when can we expect answers. Plus, training Ukraine soldiers here in the U.S. More Americans turn to the most watched newscast on television. World News Tonight with David Muir.
Welcome back. And finally tonight, a local group of 7th graders is receiving some out-of-this-world recognition. NASA will be working with a group of students from Bangor's William S. Cohen School to detect and to study greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. 4 months ago, the group of 7th graders submitted an experiment proposal to NASA through their TechRise Challenge. The announcement was made by TechRise over a video conference.
To hear your name called out?
We knew it was going to pop up.
Why were you so confident?
We are very talented young kids, so.
Love that attitude. Well, the 7th graders' projects went head-to-head with others across the nation. They even beat out some high schoolers for one of the available 60 openings. The group will be working on its project for the remainder of the school year with the help of NASA engineers. You know, it's one thing to be bright, but it's good to know that you're bright, you know, and to have that confidence in yourself. I love that.
If you're going to step up and work for NASA or even work with NASA, I think you need to believe in yourself, and clearly that's not a problem for that young individual.
They deserve a pat on the back.
Oh, for sure.
You know,
that's amazing.
that is so cool.
Yeah, pushing those STEM fields, so important.
It really is.
Alrighty, folks. Well, that is going to do it for us from everyone here at ABC7. Take care and have a great rest of your night.
Good night, everyone.